Welcome back to another episode of Jason's Bricks in 5, where I discuss Lego content in videos of around 5 minutes. And those of you that may not be aware, might be your first time here, this is also your #1 stop for any Lego Oswald the Lucky Rabbit news. And that is what today's video is around. We have a lot of Oswald stuff going on. We've got the army. I actually have conducted a census of the army, so we'll get to that at the end. So those of you wondering how many figs do we have in the Lego Oswald Army, we'll have that coming up. We also have the vignette series. I have finally compiled it all back together. First time since Brick Slopes in August of 2024 that it's all been put back together. And we'll go through that and I'll show you kind of I guess how the sausage is made, you might say. I'll show you the back because that's the part that you might find most interesting. But before we get to either of those things, big news we have to discuss. It just came out, I think, yesterday. Jon Favreau, the creator of The Mandalorian and many other things, Elf, a lot of other things, he actually is in production or working on, I don't know exactly what the details are, but the reports are that he is working on a Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Sounds like it's an animated / live action hybrid project. So that is amazing. I am super excited for that. As you know, we love Oswald, at least here, I do. And so for that to be coming out is just going to be incredible. Then maybe when people see my collection, they won't say, what's wrong with Mickey Mouse's ears? They'll realize it's a different character. But yes, so we've got the army. I pulled out pretty much everything here. Most of these are in the army that I have stacked. I have a few that I have in other places. I've got them in the vignettes. This one goes with my Disney CMF collection. This one is on my badge that I've worn to Lego conventions. I also have one with my awesome German Oswald build. We've got a couple on the Lego Oswald counter. And then I've got one on this little Disney diorama that I'd built as part of the West Valley Brick Builders out of the Arizona area. They had that Grandmother Willow, and they had asked Alex and I made one, and I've put an Oswald on there rather than Mickey. Preference. And I have 2 sealed ones. So I have one that I got in Peru, and then this is the last one I found in the wild. So will I find another sealed one? Who knows? But here we go. So we'll quickly just highlight the vignette series. You can see it here. There are, for those of you that don't know, I have a whole playlist on my channel. You can check them out if you want to see the individual details of these. But Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was Walt Disney's first, or at least one of his first major animated character successes prior to Mickey Mouse. In 1927 and 1928, they made 27 different cartoon shorts before the distributor took the character because they actually owned the rights. Then fast forward to the 2000s, Disney actually acquired the rights back and they created another one here. And then it came out in the Disney CMF series. So what I did when I started collecting all of these Oswalds, people were like, what are you going to do with them? And one thought I had was, let's see if we can create little vignettes or a little scene that's 8 bricks wide by 8 bricks wide and 8 tall of each of the original 27 cartoons, and then the one that they made after getting Oswald back. So that's what I've created here. That's what this pyramid is. And I really like it. I will say it is something that's kind of difficult to display. It's also very, the first few rows you can stack. I think about the 3rd row was fine. After we started to go up, it really starts to fall back because really these go back every layer. They go back, 8 bricks, or 8 studs. So it comes quite a ways back, but I have to find a place in my house to display it. I need a corner where I can just kind of set it there. So we'll see. It's all about that space that we never have. So here's the back. I had to move it so you can see some things maybe aren't quite as tight as they might want to be, but this is how I have it secured. You can see it's quite tall. The other thing some of you may notice, I have probably the largest purchase of Oswald heads off of Bricklink. I purchased 11 at one time. I had a project that I did, and then I repurposed them. I used, I think, 3 of them in the vignettes. Like there's the Santa Oswald, so I just used the head. There's also the police officer here. And there's one other one. Oh, the flattened Oswald with the elephant sitting on him. The rest of them I have here around the Oswald Army counter. I repurposed the Chinese New Year calendar as a counter. And now for the big moment, I am going to reveal how many we have. Because I'll be frank, I've gotten a few over the last little while and I kind of didn't do a great job keeping track. That sometimes happens. I did a little census. I counted all of them up in the Army. All of the ones that I have on, a few of these displays, all of the CMFs. I did not count the individual heads, so that on top of this there are 11 heads. But out of all of the CMFs, and that doesn't include the brickhead or the upscaled Oswald, thank you for being my quiet co-host, and the sealed ones. So all of them considered, I have, are you ready? 293 Oswald figures. We are 7 away from 300. I thought I had crossed that threshold. I've received some that people had sent me. I bought some when I was, traveling through Atlanta, and I knew I was close, and I thought I had gone over, but evidently not. This is what we have. So I've got to get another 7 more to get to that 300 threshold. We'll get there. It's just a matter of finding them and not paying an exorbitant amount. So, yeah, and then I guess that brings a whole nother question. If they do come out with a live action series, is Oswald going to become a hot commodity, and then, maybe I can retire on my Oswald Army. Not that I want to get rid of them, but anyways. So there you go. What do you think? Is this impressive? Is it depressive? Like, oh, I can't believe you wasted all that time and money. And is the number higher or lower than you thought? Just curious for those of you that have been following. But yeah, I'm happy. This is great. We'll find a place and go from there. But really excited about the new Oswald series coming out. Hopefully it will continue. Sometimes projects start and then they fall apart. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. We got to get us some more Oswald. So that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that are members of the Oswald Army, thank you for being members and subscribing to my channel and all of those things, and I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll hopefully see some more Oswald news in the near future. Till next time, happy building!
What is that? It's a Lego. Hi, Ben.